Keep the change.
Peanuts, melon seeds, bottled water.
Sorry about that, brother. The bait is taken, it's your turn now.
Stop the act, aren't you tired?
What do you mean?
The conductor, the train police, the migrant worker, the child. You chartered this entire train, just to assassinate me. I am truly honored. You poisoned the noodles. To seal my internal energy, you targeted my Shenman point at the wrist, to cripple my arms, and pressed my Zhongfeng point on the foot, to cripple my legs. But what I didn't expect. Using a bamboo skewer to pierce my eyes, to blind me. You heartless, wicked lot. You really have no bottom line.
You're very smart. Pity that, in the end, you cannot escape the dragnet I've cast. Brothers, stop pretending, bring out your weapons. Get him.
Wangbo.
Kian, how is it you?
That question. Shouldn't I be the one asking you? What exactly did you do 3 years ago?
Chuyan, don't waste your breath on him. How could an ingrate like this ever admit to his crimes?
Zhu Hao.
Wangbo, 3 years ago. It wasn't enough for you to kill the martial saint. Today you've killed everyone in this carriage. You're truly ruthless.
Kian, do you think so too?
Wangbo, I ask you, how did my father treat you?
His kindness was as vast as a mountain. He treated me like his own flesh and blood.
And how have I treated you?
With deepest affection, with unwavering loyalty.
You grew up in my home since you were a child. My father gave you the very best of everything he had, and ever since I was old enough to understand, I have seen you as my only man. I have never betrayed you. The Luo family has never betrayed you. Why, then, would you raise your hand against my father?
Chuyan, stop wasting your breath on him. Kill him and end this once and for all. Let's start over. Chuyan, I know you're clinging to old memories, but look at him. He isn't worthy of you. Look across all of Yunjing. Only I, Zhu Hao, am worthy of being your support. Do it.
Zhu Hao. Do you think you're worthy?
If I'm not worthy, do you think you are? Never mind that you are currently a common murderer. Even 3 years ago, you were nothing more than a dog raised by the Luo family. Don't think that with a few tricks of flattery and begging for scraps, you could have deceived the martial saint. You think you can confuse the truth? Do you think you can deceive the world and cover the heavens? Let me tell you. Wangbo, a dog is a dog. Even if he wears a human skin, he can never be a man.
Are you tired of living?
Xu Hao, what do you mean by that?
Chuyan, I know your heart, but I've suddenly realized that killing him right now would be letting him off too easily.
Then, what do you want to do?
Although Wangbo was convicted 3 years ago and thrown into the infinite purgatory, for these past 3 years, the major families of Yunjing have always harbored doubts about the passing of the martial saint Luo Xiaolong. Rather than killing him here, we should bring him back to Yunjing. I will bring out the exorcism scroll and summon the major families for a public trial. We will see justice served.
Leaving him alive just invites trouble. We might as well kill him now. Leave the body for me to handle. I'll make it clean and quick.
No need to rush. Look at him. He took a bullet from you. He's already a cripple. A public trial can avenge your father. And more importantly, it will establish the authority of the Zhu family. I really want to see who, at that public trial, would dare to defy the Zhu family and stand up for this kid.
Mr. Hao certainly has a way. Then, we will do as you say. Once the train arrives in Yunjing, I'll trouble you to go ahead and gather the representatives of the major families at the Xu family hall. As for this him, I will escort him personally.
Chuyan, we are about to be married. Why be so formal with your husband?
Don't be in such a hurry, Mr. Hao. Let me avenge my father first, and we can talk about the rest.
No worries. Our marriage is a done deal. I'm in no rush. As you can all see, This man is the murderer who killed the Honorable Marshal Saint Luo Zhao Long. He was cast into the infinite purgatory 3 years ago. Wangbo. During his 3 years in prison, he showed no signs of repentance, thinking only of how to escape. Just yesterday, this man managed to break out of prison and slaughtered an entire train carriage of innocent people. If Chuyan and I had not arrived in time, the consequences would have been unthinkable.
Zhu Hao, your ability to distort the truth has reached a new level.
Do not try to quibble. Stand aside and listen to the trial. You only need to admit your guilt and accept the law.
If this is a trial, then I should be allowed a defense. You make groundless assertions and refuse to allow debate. Is this a trial, or are you just declaring my guilt?
You are mistaken. Wangbo, the facts are unclear.
Li family, a prominent family of Yanjing.
Which is exactly why a defense is needed. Your crimes are known to all under heaven. Why waste your breath?
Known to all under heaven, a fine claim indeed. By your logic, if a lie is spread widely enough, and known by enough people, even a lie can become the truth. None of you witnessed the death of the Marshal Saint, nor were you present at the incident on the train. You were not there. Yet based solely on the empty words of Zhu Hao, you are willing to pass judgment. I wonder if you lot are truly foolish or truly malicious.
You are the one who is spreading falsehoods. The matter from 3 years ago was settled long ago. If my father hadn't shown leniency, you would have been long dead and buried by now. But since I have brought out the exorcism scroll today, I will show no further mercy. Ladies and gentlemen, please sign the scroll and take a stand
and narrated by
to punish this evildoer together.
Who dares to slander my master? You are courting death.
Lion Kiao, you should be serving by my father's side. What are you doing here?
Naturally, I am here to reveal the truth and clear my master's name.
Do I need you to prove my innocence? Step aside.
Master, your subordinate has arrived late. I hope for your forgiveness.
No need for formalities. Do what you must.
What?
These are the materials I have collected. Over the 3 years I spent in the Su family, every bit of evidence regarding the Su family's crimes. This evidence is enough to bring the Su family to ruin. Furthermore, for the past 3 years, this father and son have trusted me deeply, and they never hid their secret conspiracies from me. They never avoided me. I have in my possession multiple videos and audio recordings that are sufficient to prove that 3 years ago, the true culprits behind the case were none other than the Su father and son. You are the real murderer of the Marshal Saint.
Fine. Very good, Wangbo. You really have some tricks up your sleeve. Even while you were in prison, you managed to plant a mole in my home and hide her there for 3 years. I underestimated you.
You have been overestimating yourself for a long time now.
You think that by finding a dog to gather a few scattered words, you can topple my Zhu family? Dream on. The Zhu family is now the premier family in Yanjing. Its influence is so vast that even if the Shen and Luo families join forces, they would remain unreachable. What do you think you are, daring to set yourself against the Zhu family?
Whether a crime was committed has nothing to do with the size of a family. Now that the evidence is conclusive, do you mean to say that just because your Su family is powerful, you are above the law?
Lion Kiao, you should know that I hate those who betray me the most. The last one was fed to the wolves alive. You will be the next. Nowadays, videos can be edited, text can be fabricated, and anything can be forged. Would you all really turn against my Zhu family for such questionable things?
Of course not. This matter happened 3 years ago. Besides, who knows if this evidence is real or fake? Every head of the family here is not a 3-year-old child.
Chen family head, a prominent family of Yanjing.
They are naturally clear about the implications of this. The Li family has made a promise to follow the lead of the Zhu family. How can you expect us to change our stance based on this one-sided account?
Zhu Hao is chasing shadows, yet you all flock to him. I have presented both witnesses and material evidence, yet you call it a one-sided account. It seems that here in this hall today, there are no innocent people.
Fine, Wangbo. The matter from 3 years ago. You may have muddled through, but you cannot escape what happened yesterday.
Yesterday? How dare you bring up the train incident?
As for what happened yesterday, there is one person who can witness the entire event. Chuyan, it is your turn to speak. Tell everyone what this beast did yesterday. Tell them exactly what he did.
He didn't do anything. He was only being hunted down and acted in self-defense.
Chuyan, what is the meaning of this?
When Wangbo returned to Yunzheng after his release, Xu Hao found out, immediately chartered a train, gathered his henchmen, and set an inescapable net, intending to ambush Wangbo on board. It is just a pity that his skills were lacking. The Xu family's men were completely wiped out.
You are talking nonsense.
I have the records of our correspondence, and even the battle plan you wrote in your own hand. Are you going to deny this too?
Very well, Luo Chuyan. I never expected that today you would still be siding with him. All my sincere devotion to you was in vain.
Devotion, your devotion, was to take advantage of my father's passing, to continuously suppress my Luo family, and to devour our assets. Your devotion was to see me standing alone without support, and force me into marriage with you. Your devotion was to insult my beloved, kill my biological father, and steal my property. Shu Hao, a shameless piece of trash like you. How dare you talk to me about devotion?
So that means you were only being duplicitous with me all this time. Always calculating against me.
From the very beginning, I never doubted Wang Bo. And the facts prove I made the right choice.
Very well, Luo Chuyan. Since you insist on following this man, and don't even care about the rise or fall of the Luo family, then don't blame me for being heartless. Fine, I will stop pretending. The incident 3 years ago was indeed done by my Zhu family. So what?
If you've admitted your crime, then take your own life to atone for it.
Did I hear that right? You're telling me to end my own life as atonement?
If you commit suicide now, I can let the Su family live for one more day. Otherwise, the Su family will be destroyed tonight.
You are truly naively adorable. Do you really think? Why would I openly admit to taking someone's life? Tell me. What you all heard just now. Who killed the senior martial saint?
The film was
And who committed the brutal murder on the
translated
train?
and narrated by M Media.
We heard it clearly. Wang Bo killed the senior martial saint. The evidence is ironclad. His crimes are unforgivable. He must face the ultimate penalty. That's right. I heard it too. You, Wang Bo, are the murderer. The incident on that train was a sin you alone brought upon yourself. We can also testify to that.
We can also testify to that.
If that's the case, then please write your names on the exorcism scroll.
Son. Li. Shen.
Today, I, Zhu Hao, act on behalf of heaven to mete out justice and execute the scoundrel Wang Bo. May you all bear witness.
You dare.
Impossible. You were shot in the chest. I saw it with my own eyes. How can you still be circulating energy to wield your needles? You despicable woman.
I gave you all a chance, but you did not cherish it. I, Wang Bo, swear here. Those who sign this scroll will be killed without mercy.
You have a lot of nerve. You dare to defile the Zhu family's exorcism scroll?
The Su family has fought alongside the dragon hull across the land, protecting Huaxia, and has produced many heroes. That is why the Dragon Palace bestowed this scroll. But now, this exorcism scroll is filled with the names of Yunjing small-minded cowards. It is a supreme irony.
You have a lot of nerve. Relying on your mastery of some dark, harmful sorcery, you stand here spouting nonsense and disparaging the dragon hall.
The soul-driving needles are a secret passed down by the medical sage. They are of the utmost strength and purity. Only those with sincere hearts and righteousness can master them. Only a despicable villain would call them sorcery.
You, old Chen, don't listen to his boasting. What even are these soul-driving needles? I've never heard of them. And besides, how could the medical sage's divine skill ever be passed down to him?
You frogs in a well. Ask that dog lying on the ground what this is. 3 years ago, he exhausted every scheme to get the technique from me. In those 3 years, he hasn't even learned the basics.
Don't get too cocky. It's not over yet.
Your meridians are severed in both hands. You are already a cripple. And you still want to resist.
If I remember correctly, while the soul-driving needles are powerful, they have one fatal weakness. They drain the user too much. You have already used 2 needles on me. If you force yourself to use them again, you will suffer a backlash. You have no cards left to play.
Wang Bo, what he said is true.
It is true.
It doesn't matter. I am here. If they want to hurt you, they will have to step over my dead body.
Master, you go first. We will cover your retreat.
Scoundrels are just scoundrels. After all that talk, you can only hide behind a woman like a coward. Someone kill him for me.
The film was translated
How is this possible? What are you all just standing there for? Get in there and attack together.
Young Master Zhu, we are businessmen. We don't know how to fight. Young Master Zhu, I am old and frail. If I were 20 years younger, I would certainly fight for you. But as it stands now, you two cowards. When it's finally time to help young Master Zhu out of a jam, not one of you has the guts to step up. Stop talking nonsense. If you're so capable, do it yourself. A gentleman doesn't fight with women. Young Master Zhu has his own plans. It's not my place to interfere.
Useless. Useless.
Kian, what's wrong?
My old ailment has flared up again. It happens every time I overexert my internal energy. And it just had to happen now. Hateful.
Lian Chiao, take Kian behind me.
But Master, what about you?
I'm fine. This rabble can't hurt me. Dragon Hall, assemble.
We're done for, we're all done for. Medical sage, have mercy. I have offended the majesty of heaven. And my sins are unforgivable. And my sins are unforgivable.
Surrendering now may be a little late. But it shows better sense than those perverse fools.
Old Chen, what kind of kowtowing is this? If you were the medical sage, then I would be the medical sage's own ancestor.
For those treasonous words alone, your entirely family deserves to be exterminated.
I despise you. You think you can wipe out the Li family's entire bloodline? I think it's I who should be wiping out your entire family. After all, your household registration is just a single sheet of paper. It'll be quick and painless for me to take you all out.
Butler,
Yes, sir.
go check. Is it really true that above the northern sky, the 7 stars are hanging high?
I checked quietly just now. The Big Dipper is indeed showing signs of anomaly today. It is far too bright.
How could this be?
Young Master Zhu, there is no need to panic. This is merely a natural phenomenon.
I understand now. Everyone, do not panic. This Wangbo is a fraud. I finally understand now why he has been stalling for time all along. He is actually just waiting for the moment the 7 stars shine.
What do you mean by that, young Master Zhu?
We are in the information age now. Weather forecasts are very accurate. This kid must have known in advance that the moment of the 7 stars shining would occur today. That is why he kept stalling. Just to use this as an excuse to bluff everyone. The lie has been exposed. Wangbo, you forged the king's ring, impersonated the medical sage, committed treason by offending the noble families, and you have been slaughtering the innocent. You have resisted judgment. Every single one of these counts is enough to condemn you to death. It is a pity you only have 1 life. Otherwise, I would certainly make you suffer through all 10 cruel tortures. Someone, take Wangbo for me. Cut off his hands and feet, flay his skin and pull his tendons, and behead him in public. I want them to know the price of going against my Zhu family.
The Su family has a lot of nerve. The 7 stars of the Dragon Hall.
Governor of the East Sea, Tiaji.
Governor of the East Sea, Tianji. The 7 stars of the Dragon Hall. Guardian of the Southern Frontier.
Tiajuan, Guardian of the Southern Frontier.
Tian Xuan.
The 7 stars of the Dragon Hall. Marshal of the Northern Border, Tian Zhu.
The 7 stars of the Dragon Hall. Martial arts genius, Ya Guang.
The 7 stars of the Dragon Hall. Commander of the Western Rong, Tianquan.
Tiaquan, Commander of the Western Rong.
Tianquan. The 7 stars of the Dragon Hall. Valley Master of the Medicine King.
The
Kai
film
Yang,
was
Valley Master of the Medicine
translated
King.
and
Kai Yang.
narrated by
The 7 stars of the Dragon Hall. The richest person in Huixia, Yu Heng. The 7 stars of the Dragon Hall bow together to the Hall Master.
We pay our respects to the medical sage, Wangbo.
Rise.
Is this Wangbo really the medical sage? The master of the Dragon Hall? How could this be possible? Isn't he the adopted son of the Luo family? Isn't he an orphan? If the 7 stars have gathered, how could it be fake? We have been completely screwed by this kid from the Zhu family. Is it too late to admit defeat now? It is too late. Heaven is enraged. And divine retribution is surging. We all just signed our names on the exorcism scroll. The punishment for treason is set in stone. Our lives cannot be saved. I only hope the medical sage will show some leniency and not vent his anger on our families.
Impossible. You cannot be the medical sage. If you were the medical sage, how could you have demeaned yourself with the Luo family for so many years, merely acting as an adopted son?
Not long after I was born, my father gave his life for his country. Before he passed, he entrusted me to the martial sage. The martial sage raised me to adulthood and guarded the king's ring for me for many years. But just as I was about to ascend to my throne, the Su family of Yunjing rallied a band of lowlifes to launch a surprise attack. The martial saint, to protect me, fought to the death. I too was severely wounded, and cast by them into the infinite purgatory. These were, originally, indisputable facts. Yet you, even when faced with the truth, still chose to stand on the side of the powerful. You claim to be noble families of Yunjing, yet you call a stag a horse, acting above the law. You have spent your years in Yunjing's elite circles, wallowing in pleasure. This is the ultimate injustice. Since that is the case, I shall act on behalf of heaven and set this wrong right. Chiasu, take orders.
I am here, Hall Master.
In the name of the Dragon Hall Master and the medical saint of Huaxia, I command you to lead the 7 stars of the Dragon Hall and purge every family present here. If even one escapes, you will answer to me.
As you command, Hall Master. Hall Master, have mercy.
What final words do you have?
Hall Master. This old servant was blind and foolish. I failed to recognize a man of your stature. I sought profit from the tiger's den, and my sins are unforgivable. I have no face left to live in this world. I only wish to trade this old life for the survival of the Chen family. I beg for your mercy, Hall Master.
Those of the Chen family who are upright and have clean hands shall be spared.
Thank you for your mercy, Hall Master. I listened to slander, and since 3 years ago, I have been wrong time and again. Even though I knew of the vile acts these beasts committed, I cleaned up their messes. I thought I had latched onto a powerful ally, but over time, I lost my humanity. Today, I surrender and confess. However, the younger generation of my family knows nothing of what I have done. They are completely innocent. I hope the Hall Master will investigate.
I am not like you. I shall execute justice impartially.
Thank you, my Hall Master. You scoundrel. I'll be waiting for you in the afterlife.
Headley, the Sun Nan Chen families have set the example for you. Do you not know what you should do? Just now, when they were trying to kill me, you were the loudest of them all. When I clarify my identity, your voice of doubt was the loudest. Why are you mute now? The head of the Li family refuses to repent. His entire family shall be shown no mercy.
The Song family of Yunjing is willing to confess and face the consequences. I ask the Hall Master to show leniency and spare the lives of my family.
Our family admits its guilt. Regarding what happened 3 years ago, I am willing to confess everything. I have evidence of the dirty deeds the Zhu family has done over the past 3 years. I beg the Hall Master for leniency.
The Yang family is willing to surrender all its wealth, if only to atone for our sins. I beg the Hall Master for mercy.
We plead guilty.
We plead guilty.
Zhu Hao. It is your turn.
You cannot kill me. You cannot kill me. And you certainly cannot destroy the Zhu family. We are the premier family in Yunjing. If the Zhu family is destroyed, Yunjing's economy will surely collapse. My father will not let you get away with this.
I am actually quite curious to know, your father, how exactly does he intend to stop me?
I am the only son of the Zhu family. If my father finds out that I have been killed by you, he will surely exact his revenge with everything he has. By then, with the power of the Zhu family, the world will surely fall into chaos. You cannot kill me.
Then, when you go to Underworld, please deliver a message to your father from me. Tell him to be reborn as a beast and repent properly.
Father, my father has already.
Dragon Hall 7 stars. Send him to join his father.
No.
Where am I? Did the people from the Shu family do anything to harm you?
Rest assured, the Su family is destroyed. It is all over.
I have always wanted to save you, so I forced my cultivation, hoping to grow stronger quickly. But the Luo family's techniques are known for their icy yin nature, and so I was constantly ravaged by the yin energy.
I am so sorry. It is my fault I didn't look after you properly.
Don't say that. For you, I am willing.
My soul-driving needle is of the most young and vigorous essence. It can suppress your yin energy. I have just helped you settle your internal energy a little. However, this is not a foolproof method. There is only one way.
What way?
If I tell you this, I'm afraid you won't be able to accept it.
As long as it allows me to recover quickly and help you get your revenge, I am willing, even if it means death. What way? Tell me.
The harmonization of yin and yang.
The harmonization of yin and yang? You mean you want to do that with me?
No. There is no rush for this. Besides, your injuries will also heal if we treat them slowly.
You and I are already husband and wife. My body should have been yours long ago.
It is done. The soul driving needle is at the peak of yang. The luo techniques are at the peak of yin. The two harmonize perfectly. Now that my cultivation has reached completion, I am no longer restricted by the 3 needles. For the Shen family, I will kill 1 for everyone who comes, and 2 for every 2. Who is there? Is this a vengeful spirit? You're a vengeful spirit who refuses to reincarnate. Why are you coming after me?
I suffered unspeakable cruelty in life, and died with a grievance. Someone used a forbidden spell to nail me into the wall, dooming me to never reincarnate. I beg the immortal to seek justice for me.
I am no immortal. You have the wrong person.
Since you can see me and speak with me, who else could you be if not an immortal? I have been trapped here for 2 years, and I am about to vanish into nothingness. I beg the immortal to save me.
I don't even know where your body is, or how you die. How can I save you?
My body is very close to here. You only need to pay attention to tomorrow's news headlines, and you will know we have a common enemy. I beg the immortal to save me.
With the divine needle perfected, I can sense the heavens above, and drive out ghosts and commune with spirits below. Just as I thought. The world I see now is already different from that of mortals. A female ghost crying for justice. That's interesting.
Mayor Liu Jiaotian, while inspecting Taikang Hospital, suddenly fell ill for no apparent reason.
So that's it.
He is currently in emergency care.
It seems the
film
problem
was
lies right here.
translated and narrated by M Media.
You're awake.
What are you looking at?
Taikang Hospital.
Isn't this my family's Taikan Hospital? How could it?
Now is the time for you to reclaim control of the Luo family. Tonight, we shall pay a visit to the hospital. Liu Zitian, the mayor of Yanjing. Guang Yang, secretary to the mayor.
Are you holding a funeral? Find a way, quickly.
Every specialist has already examined him, yet they cannot find the cause of the illness.
Useless. If anything happens to the city mayor, I will have your entire Luo family buried along with him. Then I shall leave it to the 3 of you.
If you don't want Mr. Liu to die, do not trust the words of these 3 quacks.
Lu Qian, what are you doing here causing trouble?
Taikan Hospital is a key asset of the Luo family. When there is trouble at the hospital, I naturally have to come.
Wangbo, when did you get out?
Wangbao, you dare to escape from prison? Guards, take this fugitive into custody.
Let's see who dares.
Stop. The mayor is still in there. No loud noise. In the hospital room. Miss Luo, they aren't going anywhere. Wait until the mayor has recovered. We can arrest them then. The 3 of you, please. How could this happen? Mayor Liu, you are awake. Do you see? Our Korean is the true orthodox school of medicine. I am going to kill you. I am going to kill you. Mayor Liu, I will kill you. I will kill you. Impudent demon. Witness the power of my yin-yang arts.
The film was translated and narrated by M Media.
The demon has been purged. Mr. Liu is fine now. Mr. Kawaguchi, truly worthy of being Asia's #1. You have certainly opened my eyes, Mr. Huang.
That's right. The master is practically a living immortal.
Our nation's yin-yang arts are the orthodox path of the Tao. People of Huaxia could never compare to us.
A mere street corner circus act, falsely claiming orthodoxy.
What kind of thing are you to dare insult the imperial yin-yang arts?
Your yin-yang arts cannot suppress the evil spirit within the mayor. In a few minutes, he'll wake up. Everyone here will die.
Mr. Liu is already awake, and you're still here spreading nonsense.
Miss Luo, don't talk nonsense with them. Kill them.
And narrated by M Media.
Audacious demon, daring to wreak havoc. Audacious demon.
I've won this gamble, haven't I?
Sir, save me.
Wangbo, save me? Although we have our differences, we also grew up under the same roof. Please save me. Wangbo?
Didn't you just say that I am the one who killed your father? And that you wanted me dead? How could I possibly save you?
Sir, save me. Divine Doctor, save me.
You three outsiders, coming to my Huaxia, to swindle and deceive. Why should I save you?
Wangbo, I was blind and ignorant, and failed to recognize a divine being. Please, save me. I am willing to clear your name.
You are the last person I would ever save. You were the one who set the stakes of the gamble. You must accept the outcome of your own gamble.
Wangbo, although I really want to kill them, but Taikan Hospital is after all a property of the Luo family. If so many people were to die all of a sudden, I fear it would invite too much criticism. Besides, Mayor Liu is innocent.
Right. My younger sister is right. Wangbo, save me.
What about the thing you just promised?
I voluntarily stepped down as head of the family in favor of Qian. I will never go back on my word. Save me.
It's fine.
Zhao Huang, where am I? Mayor Liu, you suffered a sudden illness, and it was only thanks to these three world-renowned doctors that you recovered. They were able to save you.
Spouting such nonsense. Do you have no shame?
Mayor Liu, it was the three of us who consulted together just now and saved your life. Is that so, Zhao Huang?
Mayor Liu, you need not doubt it. It was truly Mr. Shen who saved you.
Luo Mingyu, my Luo family has always been upright and honorable. How could you be so shameless?
That is correct. Everything here was arranged by Mr. Shen. Did you really think I didn't know anything? Although I was delirious just now, I hadn't lost my memory. Asking you was merely to test you. You have been with me for over 10 years, and yet you lie to me right here? Tell me, who put you up to this? No one put me up to it. Then why would you do such a thing? I am telling you, the mastermind behind all of this is Wangbo. That's truly laughable. Mr. Wang would plan all this just to frame himself. Has he lost his mind? Huang Yang, you had better explain the details clearly, otherwise, no one will believe you. The mayor, please listen to me. Wangbo and Luo Chuyan colluded together, bribing me to bring you to Taikang Hospital, and then they poisoned you. Wangbo poisoned Mayor Liu first, then stepped in to provide the cure, so that you would remember his kindness. This completely matches what I analyzed from the beginning. It's not wrong. Luo Chuyan manages the Luo family and knows everything about Taikang Hospital. She is his accomplice. Wangbo must have used a special poison, which is why three world-renowned doctors couldn't save you. This way, everything makes sense. That's right. It was precisely because I didn't want them to succeed in their schemes that I intentionally deceived you. All of this has nothing to do with Mr. Shen. He sincerely wanted to save you. Wangbo, the witness is right here. What else do you have to say for yourself?
Shen Long, the bet we made earlier. You lost. You owe me a life. And now you still refuse to repent.
The city mayor is here. You still dare to commit violence.
I can no longer spare your life.
I lied. Everything was done by Shen Long. Huang Yang, have you lost your mind? What nonsense are you talking about? Get away. Everything was done by Shen Long. Shen Long kidnapped my family and forced me to bring you to Taikang Hospital. The mayor, you were possessed by an evil spirit and fell ill. Shen Long stepped in to save you, not only to suppress the Luo family, but also to earn himself a massive favor from you. The mayor, don't listen to his nonsense. It's him. It must be him. He used dark arts to control Huang Yang and slander me.
The soul-driving needle strikes directly at the spirit. Those struck by this needle only speak the truth and cannot lie.
That is nothing but your unsubstantiated claims. Why should anyone believe you? You claim I poisoned the mayor. Do you have any evidence?
I have. The evidence is right in this room.
You're talking nonsense. The mayor, this guy has lost his mind. Please, hurry up and throw him out. Just now, that ghostly face seemed to rush right at Mr. Shen. It really seemed to be heading straight for him. That spirit has immense resentment. Could it be one of Mr. Shen's enemies? Nonsense. Shut up. All of you, shut your mouths.
Since that is the case, ladies and gentlemen, take a look.
What is that? In the hospital, why is there something like this?
This is the reason for the hauntings at Taikon Hospital, Shenlong. Do you recognize this?
Why would I recognize it? This object.
The soul-expelling divine needle can commune with the netherworld if you refuse to admit it. I can help you. By summoning the victim, you can confront each other face to face.
The victim? You mean, you intend to summon? What is inside here?
Do you really think you're some kind of immortal? Whatever is in this coffin is long dead. You actually want to summon it, Mayor Liu. These ominous items are just things this kid and that Luo Chuyan cooked up to deceive you. You must not be fooled by them.
Shenlong. The coffin hasn't been opened. Yet you already know. It contains ominous items. Did you know all along? What was inside?
I don't know. I don't know. Mr. Wang is no ordinary man. Since he could exorcise the ghost for me, he must possess other extraordinary powers. I trust him. Mayor. All of you, don't move. Don't come any closer. If you dare to come closer, I'll shoot him dead. Shenlong. You are from a prominent family. Don't let a moment of foolishness destroy your future. Wangbo, I know you haven't been idle. These past 3 years, your needle technique has matured. But can your needles be faster than my bullets? Wangbo, you missed. It seems your skills aren't up to par. Now I'm going to blow you away with one shot. What was that sound? Don't come over here.
Shenlong. You beast! Return my life to me.
I don't know you. Stay away from me. It wasn't me.
You were the one who violated me, and then, relying on your family's status and influence, you destroyed the evidence and covered everything up. It was you. When I was pregnant, you cruelly silenced me, killing 2 lives at once. It was you. You sealed me inside a coffin, forcing me to become the eye of the mother-child blood curse array, never to be reincarnated. Your heart is truly cruel. You are no better than a beast. You won't have a peaceful death.
What? What is the eye of the mother-child blood curse array?
Smothered to death. The resentment of those who die such tragic deaths is profound, creating a place of great evil all around. That is what the mother-child blood curse is. It seems the Shen family, to deal with your Luo family, has spared no expense.
Shenlong, you are utterly devoid of conscience. Is there anything left that you wouldn't do?
I was wrong. Don't grab me. I was wrong.
You brought this upon yourself. You deserve what's coming to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I, Shen, am unworthy. But there are a few things I wish to clarify before the banquet begins. My son, Shenlong, met with the tragedy 2 days ago. As you all know, Shenlong was the only son of the Shen family. With his death, my Shen family has no heir left. Therefore, I, Shen Changzhou, swear here and now to be the sworn enemy of his killer. If any of you still cherish the old ties with my Shen family and can provide some support, when I take my revenge, my Shen family will surely reward you. Please rest assured, head of the Shen family, as long as you speak the word, we will go through fire and water. Without hesitation. That's right, these vicious people, anyone can take their lives. How could we possibly spare him? Yet, I wonder, who had the audacity to harm young Master Shen?
This person is none other than the one who murdered my father, Luo Xiaolong, 3 years ago. Wangbo?
Luo Mingyu. Wangbo was right about you. A despicable person like you truly never changes.
How could I have forgotten you? It is not just Wangbo. There is another person here who colluded with Wangbo. This person is my younger sister, the second daughter of the Luo family, Luo Qian.
What? Luo Chuyan? How is that possible? Doesn't the Luo family have a vendetta against Wangbo? Unbelievable. The second daughter of the Luo family could actually do something like betraying her own family and going against all moral principles.
Ladies and gentlemen, whether it was 3 years ago or today, Their claims that Wangbo committed murder are entirely unsubstantiated and without any real proof. On the contrary, I have an abundance of evidence that can prove they not only framed Wangbo and even conspiring together, working hand in hand to disrupt Yunjing.
Nonsense. Who doesn't know that you were betrothed to Wangbo? Naturally, you would speak up for your man. Birds of a feather flock together. That's exactly what the two of you are. You hateful.
You two are a pair of despicable people. No wonder. As for this woman, once she's been thoroughly bewitched, even if the man is a total beast, she'll be devoted to him for life.
Watch your mouth. For those words alone, the Luo family could have you wiped off the face of the earth.
How laughable. By what
The
right do
film
you
was
speak for the Luo family?
translated and
Do you think you're
narrated
bullying
by
and coercion?
media.
Will make me hand the position of head over to you? That is nothing but a delusional fantasy. Even if I agreed, you should ask the others in the Luo family. Would they agree?
I do not agree. The eldest young miss is the only heir to the Luo family. Luo Chuyan, you are a traitor to this family and unfit to be head.
Luo Qian, get out of the Luo family.
Get out of the Luo family.
If you act like a dog, you should know your place. First, you cannot mimic human speech. Second, you are not allowed to eat at the table. All of you, you pathetic lackeys. If you dare to spout any more nonsense, I will make sure you never speak another word in your lives.
I think you're looking for death today.
Qian, don't waste your breath on them. Even if these people knew the truth, not one of them would step forward to speak a word of justice. Within their hearts, there is no such thing as fairness or justice. Only power.
This is
3 days ago, someone jointly signed the exorcism scroll to take my life. If anyone here is unsatisfied, come forward and I will settle the score with you one by one. I will send you to join those beasts.
Wangbo. You have some nerve. First you killed my son. Then you caused chaos at the dragon banquet. Today, I will certainly skin you alive and tear you apart as a blood sacrifice for my son.
Try it.
Wangbo. I know. You have practiced the soul-driving needle and have some tricks up your sleeve. But do you really think that with these brute forces, you can shake the foundations of the vast Yunjing business world?
The Shen and Luo families have been deeply rooted in Yunjing for a long time. Our strength is beyond your imagination. Most of the Yunjing business world follows our lead. Now that our two families have joined forces, our power is immeasurable. With just you all alone, how do you plan to handle this?
Wangbo, you have been the Luo family's dog for all these years. Could it be that Luo Zhaolong never taught you? Relying only on brute force. In this society, you can never make it to the top. You can only remain at the bottom.
You are simply trying to say that with power, one can act without restraint. But in my eyes, the privileges you hold so dear are mere trifles that, when faced with true authority, are like worthless curs. In an instant, it will all vanish into thin air.
What a show of force. Wangbo, these 3 years in prison have taught you nothing but how to run your mouth.
Old Master Shen, I witnessed this posturing of his just a few days ago. I've already had the pleasure of experiencing it. It is truly disgusting. No need to waste words on him. Let us unite. All the families present, declare him guilty, and execute him on the spot.
Interesting. Yunjing is truly beyond saving. You lot of merchants and power brokers can bypass the police and courts to exercise lynch law at will. How very impressive.
That's to be expected. During those 3 years you spent in the infinite purgatory, Yunjing sky has long since changed. Now, the rules of our families are the law. The decisions of our families are the imperial edicts.
But this kind of sky is not to my liking.
Do not like it. And what can you do about it?
Change the sky. Replace it with a new world.
This kid, he is blowing hot air until the sky cracks, isn't he? Enough. You certainly have a way with words. Piling them up like that. Why not become a writer? Do you really think that just by yourself you can upend an era and turn the world upside down? Who does he think he is? The Master Hall of the Dragon Hall?
Younger sister, I used to think you'd found a mere beast. Now it seems he is a complete lunatic. I'll overlook the fact that he bragged about his medical skills earlier. But to spout such nonsense in public now, let's see how you end this.
No need to end it. Just go and collect his corpse. Luo Chuyan, there was a time when our family stood together. I watched you grow up. I consider myself your elder. Today, I will ask you one last time. Do you really still want to stand on the side of this kid who doesn't know the immensity of heaven and earth?
I have only one purpose for coming here today, and that is to fight side by side with Wangbo. Now, he intends to tear this sky down. Then, I will cause chaos with him until the very end, until we bring about a bright new dawn.
Fine,
The
fine.
film was translated
Since you are obsessed with your
and
own ruin,
narrated by
do not blame me for
Media.
being ruthless. Ladies and gentlemen, you have all heard it clearly. This Wangbo has provoked the wrath of heaven and man. Do not hesitate now. Let all our retainers, guards, and special forces gather in this venue and take these couple down.
No need to wait. Within 10 minutes, all the families in this venue will be wiped out.
Wangbo, is you changing the sky? Just standing here and spouting fantasies?
I have truly never seen anyone so absurd. It feels as though the world revolves entirely around your mouth.
7 stars, take your orders. On the list for the dragon banquet, every family, within 10 minutes, is to be wiped out.
You're only calling for people now? Don't you think it's a little too late? All the families gathered here. The guards, private soldiers, and hired killers, in less than half an hour, will all arrive. By the time your reinforcements get here, you'll likely have already been ground into a pulp.
I said, within 10 minutes, all of you will be destroyed.
On the street, every Yunjing family conglomerate is to be sealed off immediately. All personnel are to be detained. Do not disturb the general public.
Understood.
Do it! Another group with a death wish. Special Forces King. A motley crew, not worthy of a single strike. That was truly satisfying.
Doctor, open the door quickly. Doctor, open the door. Doctor, please save us. We were ambushed. You are mercenaries for the Yunjing families, aren't you? We are elite soldiers of the Shen family. Save my brothers. We have plenty of money. I'm sorry. The master of the Medicine King Valley, Kai Yang, has decreed, as of today, within the territory of Waxia, all medical institutions are forbidden from providing services to members of the Yunjing clans and anyone associated with them. I suggest you all save your energy, find a place to lie down, and leave it to fate. Doctor. Doctor. Call for reinforcements, everyone. Hurry. Get moving.
This is bad. A disaster has occurred.
What happened? Why all the panic?
The dozens of elite special forces soldiers we assembled were ambushed on their way here by unknown assailants. More than half are dead or wounded.
What? How many were in the opposing force? 100.
One person.
What? A single person attacked my dozens of elite special forces soldiers? How is that possible?
And furthermore, every hospital in Yunjing refuses to admit are wounded. They claim it is an order from the Dragon Hall. The casualty count is still rising.
Impossible. Absolutely impossible.
Nothing is impossible. That was only the beginning.
Hello? When are our people arriving? Sir, you really need to come back immediately. The company has been targeted by unknown forces, and we are on the verge of bankruptcy. And I don't know who leaked the news, but all our
The
staff
film
have
was
run off.
translated
What?
and
What did you
narrated
say?
by
What?
Media.
Say that again. CEO, all of our assets in the city have been seized within the last 10 minutes. People have been arrested too. The company is nothing but an empty shell now. I have to run, too. You, stop right there. It's over. It's all over. What do we do? Mingyu, do you still have any solutions?
Don't panic. Don't panic, senior. I still have a way. Our Luo family has practiced martial arts for generations. In our family, everyone is a skilled fighter. I still have men. I can still call for reinforcements. Quickly gather the men. and bring them to support the dragon banquet.
You are Luo Mingyu, right?
That's me. Don't talk nonsense. Hurry up.
The Dragon Hall has decreed, effective immediately, the head of the Luo family shall be one person only, Luo Chuyan, Luo Mingyu and all Luo family members who participated in the dragon banquet are hereby expelled from the family, never to return for all eternity. Eldest young miss, I am sorry. You have only yourself to blame. You offended someone you should not have. Mayor Liu, you have finally arrived. There is a thug here, disrupting the dragon banquet. We are all trying to subdue him and hand him over to justice. Is that so? Does that mean you are upholding the law impartially? That's only natural. This Wang Bo is a fugitive who murdered and broke out of prison. It is only because he bewitched the second daughter of the Luo family that he was able to swagger into this venue. Just now, he spoke arrogantly, claiming he would single-handedly destroy every single prominent family in Yanjing. Such behavior shows no respect for you, nor does it respect the city government.
Exactly, Mayor Liu. This is completely showing no respect for you.
No, this matter. You say, I should thank you for your selfless dedication to Yanjing's public safety, Mayor Liu. Enough. Do you really think I don't know anything? Let me ask you this. So, who exactly was it that accused an innocent person without a shred of evidence? Who was it who incited the major families to besiege a man with no help? A man with no weapons to defend himself? Who was it who declared that the rules of the families were the law of Yanjing? That the decisions of the families were the heavens of Yanjing? You clowns. You shameless. You act as if you are the underground emperors. You are completely lawless. Mayor Liu, you have misunderstood. I ask you again. If the person standing on that stage today were not Wang Bo, but an ordinary citizen with no special skills and no preparations at all, would you still be so ready to wantonly abuse your power and treat human lives like grass? Mayor Liu, you are righteous and noble. But do not forget Yanjing's economy. Who is the one truly supporting it in the end? Do you really want to for Wang Bo, a nobody at the bottom of society, and oppose our Yanjing families? Think about it. Is it worth it? Are you threatening me? It's simply the truth.
Your body's and names may vanish into dust, but the river flows on for eternity. Without you, the economy of Yanjing would not waver in the slightest.
Nonsense.
To wipe you out this time, the Dragon Hall used less than 10% of its assets and mobilized only a dozen people. You dare call yourselves the Yanjing Family Alliance, yet you are so incredibly fragile.
What are you saying?
You are nothing. It makes no difference whether you are here or not. After you are wiped out, the Dragon Hall will immediately take over all your industries with a flick of a finger. Yanjing will immediately return to prosperity. All those things you previously possessed, black markets, unspoken rules, injustices, and oppression, will all cease to exist.
Daydreaming. Who do you think you are?
After everything has come to this, you still don't dare admit who I am. I am the Master Hall of the Dragon Hall, the medical sage, Wang Bo.
The 7 stars of the Dragon Hall have arrived.
Envoy Liang Qiao pays respects to the Master Hall.
Pays respects to the Master Hall.
You don't need to. Rise.
It is over. Everything is over. I lived under the same roof as him for over 20 years. Yet I never knew that he was the Master Hall of the Dragon Hall. Everything is over.
You forced my hand. You are the ones who forced my hand. The entire Shen family, from this moment on, is willing to submit to Fuso. Please, Imperial Majesty, save me.
The Emperor.
Your Imperial Majesty, you have come. Shen Changzhou, I am willing to offer up all the Shen family's assets. I beg you, Your Imperial Majesty, save my life.
Assets. All the assets of your Shen family have already been confiscated and forfeited. You are nothing but an empty shell now.
Get up. No. It is not your assets that I want. What I want is simply a reason to declare war on Huaxia. Mr. Shen, you have done well. You have given me that reason
inviting the wolf into the house, traitor to your country, chasing glory. Shen Changzhou, do you have any sense of shame left at all?
Mr. Shen is merely being sensible. I advise everyone present here to learn from Mr. Shen, so as not to bring catastrophe to Yanjing.
The small nation of Fuso has coveted Huaxia for hundreds of years. The Huaxia people do not look for trouble, but we do not fear it either. This time, since you dared to invade, our Huaxia will decide the outcome in a single battle, and swear to ensure you will never be able to rise again.
Do you truly believe that Fuso is unprepared for this battle? The Western nation and I have already established a military alliance. Should anything happen to Fuso, the Western nation's troops will airdrop into Yanjing immediately. Master Hall, Fuso is not to be feared, but if we have to face the joint forces of two nations, Yanjing may suffer a catastrophe. And not only that, at this very moment, our joint forces with the Western nation are crossing the ocean and heading for the Huaxia coast. The Western nation's military strength is the best in the world. Can you bear the consequences of their fury? Wang Bo, it seems that the ultimate winner between you and me is bound to be me.
This so-called victory was achieved by betraying your country and your nation. Do you really feel proud of it?
I cannot worry about such things. In today's society, the winner becomes king. I have spent so many years carefully laying my plans, just waiting for this very moment.
Shen Changzhou, do you mean to say that you betrayed Huaxia long ago and submitted to Fuso?
So what if I did? It was me back then who used the soul-driving needle to deliberately stir up the conflict between the Zhu and Luo families. The goal was precisely to eliminate the Marshal Saint Luo Xiaolong, because only in this way could the Luo family decline and the Dragon Hall be weakened, so that Fuso could infiltrate Huaxia. Come to think of it, I should actually thank Luo Mingyu. If it weren't for that woman, who was only focused on pursuing power and profit, letting the Luo family gradually decay, I truly might not have had a chance
The film was translated
to lie and wait until now
narrated by M Media.
to achieve this breakthrough today. It's not wrong. Mr. Shen and I have coordinated perfectly. If not for the intelligence gathered over these past 3 years, I would not have dared to lead the allied fleet to attack Huaxia. Mr. Shen, you have performed a monumental service for the Empire. When this is accomplished, you shall be duly rewarded. I thank the Imperial Majesty for his grace.
Luo Mingyu, why don't you take a look at the kind of beast you are cooperating with, and look again at what you have done over these years?
I don't know.
It is a pity that for all your calculated schemes, you failed to account for my existence.
True, I did underestimate you, but what does that matter now? Over these 3 years, the intelligence I funneled to Fuso was enough for the allied fleet to strike deep and annex all of Huaxia. Even if you are the Master Hall of the Dragon Hall, so what? The Dragon Hall would not dare to challenge the allied fleet.
The Allied Fleet. Why should the Dragon Hall fear it? Master Hall, please give the order. I, the Guardians of the Dragon Hall, will immediately mobilize the Army, Navy, and Air Force to fight the Allied Fleet to the death, even if it means dying in battle. I shall not hesitate.
Please, Master Hall, give the order.
I am willing to lead all the noble families of Huaxia in exhausting our wealth to support the army. Please, Master Hall, give the order.
The Valley of the Medicine King will lead all the physicians in the land to follow the army into battle and resist the foreign enemy together. Please, Master Hall, give the order.
Yao, Guang is willing to draw her blade. Amidst countless troops, I took the head of the Imperial Majesty of Fuso. Please, Master Hall, give the order. Liang Qiao is willing to lead the envoys of the Dragon Hall to defend against the foreign enemy. Please, Master Hall, give the order.
As soon as you give the word, Master Hall, the Yanjing municipal government, the security forces, the city defense garrison, and the police force will assemble immediately to guard the city and protect the people. I, Liu Zhaotian, am willing to cast aside this frail body and be the first to charge.
Wang Bo, at this time of national crisis, no one should stand on the sidelines. Please give the order. My entire Luo family is willing to fight to the last man.
We are all willing to resist the foreign enemy together,
To protect our homes and defend our nation, we would rather die in battle.
then live on our knees. Please, Master Hall, give the order. Your spirit is truly moving. Unfortunately, it changes nothing. You should think this through carefully. A moment of righteous vengeance is certainly passionate, but is it really worth it? You are all people of power and influence, not mere commoners. You can choose not to consider yourselves, but have you not considered your clansmen, your loved ones, and your friends?
Shen Changzhou, do you think everyone in this world are all like you, just to cling to a miserable life? You sold your souls. In this world, there are always things more important than life itself, worth dying for. Stop talking nonsense. If you want to fight, then fight.
Fine. The so-called Allied fleet? Let's see if you can even survive. A single volley of missiles from the Northern Sky Army. Before you start boasting.
It seems, people of Huaxia are truly incorrigible. Bring them out. If you don't care about your own lives, then surely, you care about your own countrymen. Let's play a game. Every 10 minutes, I will order one person to be executed. As soon as one of you submits to Fuso, I will let one person go. How about that?
Beast.
Fuso remains. As vile and despicable as it has always been. What era do you think this is? You're still using civilians as bargaining chips.
And so what? This trick is the most effective against people of Huaxia like you. I'm starting the timer now.
Master Hall. Give the order now. We cannot stand by and watch. Innocent civilians die.
Don't you dare act rashly. No matter how fast you are, you won't be faster than the blades in the hands of the ninjas. If you want to save them, there is only one way. Get on your knees and surrender.
Wangbo, what should we do? Are we really going to be held hostage by them?
Don't worry, I am here. Not a single innocent person will die.
I truly admire you. Even now. You're still so stubborn. Do you really intend to go to your deaths with this kid, who knows nothing of the heavens and the earth? I will give you one last chance. Anyone here today? As long as someone kills Wangbo, I will guarantee your survival. Otherwise, should the Imperial Majesty punish you, you know the consequences. Continue, keep going. I love watching Huaxia people turn on each other.
Master Hall. As long as the Green Hills remain, there is no need to worry about firewood. As long as you're here, and the Dragon Hall remains, Huxia will not fall into chaos. We will hold the line. You retreat first.
Wangbo, Lady Yao Guang is right. You leave first. We will cover you. I doubt this band of ninjas can do anything to us.
As the Master Hall of the Dragon Hall, and the medical sage of Huaxia, I would never sacrifice others, just to save my own skin. Besides, this so-called Allied fleet can be wiped out in an instant. Huaxia doesn't need to spend a single soldier.
The film was translated and narrated by M Media.
The King's Ring of the Dragon Hall. Do you expect to turn the tide with that? Everyone who can be summoned by the Dragon Hall King's Ring is already here. Let's see what other trump cards you have. Intelligence regarding the Dragon Hall King's Ring is something Fuso is well aware of. You don't need to put on such a show of bravado. Stalling for time is useless. In 5 minutes, I will start killing.
The level of your short-sightedness really fits my stereotypes about your country.
What does that mean?
Who told you that the King's Ring can only summon members of the Dragon Hall?
You intend to call for more people, no matter how many you call. Looking across all of Huaxia, who would dare to challenge the Allied fleet?
The Dragon Hall King's Ring represents supreme authority, being supreme. It is the master of the world.
It seems you are talking about more than just Huaxia. You intend to mobilize the entire world, then? Wangbo, when did you start having such pipe dreams? I have never heard of Huaxia ever producing a master of the world. If you were truly capable of swaying global affairs, why would the Western nation unite with our country to attack Huaxia? Imperial Majesty, don't listen to his nonsense anymore. He is at his wit's end. Let us simply strike with one blow, slaughter them all, capture Yanjing first, drive deep into the heart, and march straight into the Huaxia. What's the rush? We have plenty of time to toy with these arrogant Huaxia. This time, I will make them fully understand who is the true hegemon of the East. Wangbo, there is 1 minute left.
1 minute is enough to wipe you all out.
1 minute. You don't even have time to take a leak. Yet you think you can wipe us out? You are just here spouting nonsense. You make us laugh. Interesting. I am finding you, this Master Hall of the Dragon Hall, more and more amusing. At the very least, facing death. Your expression hasn't changed. This attitude of forced composure is truly admirable. The minute is up. Wangbo, where are your reinforcements? His reinforcements? His reinforcements are in his mind. In his delusions. It's fine. Let me show you the cruelty of reality and cure your delusion. Do it. Envoys from the 5 Middle Eastern nations have arrived. Mr. Wang, we have answered the summons of the King's Ring to fulfill our promise and present our state letters to the Huaxia Dragon Hall. Huaxia is in crisis. and the 5 Middle Eastern nations are willing to work with your country to overcome these difficulties. Anyone who opposes Huaxia opposes the 5 Middle Eastern nations. Where did they pop out from? This is, having heard that the Western nation in Fuso had sent an allied fleet to invade Huaxia. We 5 Middle Eastern nations have come specifically to assist Imperial Majesty of Fuso. I advise you to withdraw your forces and call a truce immediately. Otherwise, the 5 Middle Eastern nations will simultaneously declare war on Fuso. Wangbo, I didn't expect you to have made a name for yourself internationally, but I suspect this is the extent of what you can accomplish. The 5 Middle Eastern nations are weak, and most of them are landlocked. Even if all 5 were to mobilize together, how could they possibly be a match for the allied fleet? You seem to have misunderstood something, Imperial Majesty. The 5 Middle Eastern nations don't fight with soldiers and missiles. We don't send soldiers. We don't use weapons. Then what kind of war are you waging? We have money. We possess formidable economic strength. If we join forces to attack Fuso and launch a surprise strike on its economy, within 24 hours, Fuso's economy will surely collapse. An economic attack cannot strike at the heart of the empire. The Fuso people are inherently resilient and unyielding. They will stop at nothing to achieve their goals. Even if they are starving, they will fight the war that must be fought.
People can go without food, but do your aircraft, fleets, and cannons not require resources?
What did you say? Don't forget, as Mr. Wang said, the 5 Middle Eastern nations still control most of the resources on this planet. Once these resources are cut off, your guns and artillery will become mere toys. Your tanks will become scrap metal, and those ships of yours at sea will be nothing but floating coffins. Can you withstand that? So, are you going to withdraw or not? Your Imperial Majesty, do not worry. He cannot threaten us. Putting aside the fact that this resource cut-off would be a lengthy process, even this economic attack requires time to prepare. At the speed of our allied fleet, as long as we strike first and annihilate those 5 Middle Eastern nations, I would like to see how they manage a resource cut-off or an economic attack. Mr. Shen's ideas are quite insightful. Not bad. I am now also one of the commanders of the allied fleet with the authority to command it.
By M Media.
Notify the commander of the allied fleet to immediately mobilize a squadron of cruisers and head at once to the vicinity of the Middle Eastern nations. Use long-range cruise missiles to raise those 5 nations to the ground. You will pay the price for your actions. Aligning yourself with the enemies of the empire is your gravest mistake. Wangbo, stop struggling. You have already reached your limit. These small nations you've summoned are nothing but cannon fodder. No matter how many more you summon against the allied fleet, with its absolute power, you will only be crushed to dust.
Is that so? You are quite confident. Do you truly believe your fleet can reach the Middle East?
The allied fleet is invincible. At this very moment, the allied fleet is crossing the ocean. I trust it won't be long before I receive news of our victory. Imperial Majesty, since you insist on waging war, we have no choice but to accompany you. Let me offer you a word of warning. Your fleet may be able to cross the ocean and strike our homeland, but once an economic war begins, it will bring profound disaster to the common people of Fuso. Do you not care about that? The common people? Do you imagine that I am like these people of Huaxia, burdened with the weakness of compassion? To me, the common people are merely livestock raised by the royal family, resources to be utilized, bargaining chips to be traded, and nothing more than to be sacrificed at any time. Born in Fuso, they ought to be loyal to Fuso, and ought to sacrifice themselves for the grand designs of the nation. I truly feel pity for the people of your country. Everyone, proceed. Do as you please. The supplies hoarded by the Fuso royal family are enough for the upper class to squander for a century. As long as we, the rulers, remain, it matters not how many commoners die in Fuso. It is of no consequence. However, if the allied fleet rushes to the Middle East, the fury it unleashes will burn across the entire region. It won't just be the commoners who die. Your palaces, towers, gold vault, and banks will all be destroyed, no matter their social class. No one will be spared.
Even ordinary villains know how to disguise themselves. You don't even bother. You practically wrote, worse than beasts, like a badge for everyone to see. You truly are one of a kind in this world.
You're the king of empty talk. Wangbo, you must admit that. Once you discard such womanly sentimentality, your weaknesses will be far fewer. In this regard, compared to the Imperial Majesty in your Dragon Hall, he is far more astute.
Beast. Even now, you are still fawning over him.
And so what if I am
When my father was alive, your Shen family defended the nation and performed great deeds, which is the only reason your Shen family was able to rise to the upper echelons of Yunjing. And look at you now, living off the glory of your ancestors, squandering your inheritance, having achieved nothing of note, and dragging your good-for-nothing son along to indulge in debauchery and lawless acts. Now, you have even stooped to treason, begging for scraps from the enemy like a broken-backed dog, like a dog with a broken spine.
Wangbo, you.
Shut up. You truly are a great hero of the Shen family, aren't you? If you had only crossed the Dragon Hull, you might have just been ousted from the elite circles and managed to survive. But now, your entire clan, in life, will bear the infamy of being traitors. And in death, you will be nailed to the pillar of shame in Huaxia from the moment you committed treason. You became a street rat. Everyone wants to fight. Is this really what you wanted?
Mr. Shen, you don't need to worry. What he says only holds true if Huaxia is victorious. But in this war, Huaxia cannot win. Your Imperial Majesty, it's bad. Disaster has struck the Fuso homeland. What happened? The Fuso economy has been dealt a crushing blow. Livelihoods are collapsing. Factories are shutting down. Workers are on strike. Students are absent from school. And the populace is rioting. How could it happen so quickly? It's all in chaos. Your Imperial Majesty, what do we do? Even the laborers, responsible for transporting supplies to the front lines, are refusing to work, and the major capital groups are fleeing the country. If this continues, even the army could mutiny at any moment. Hold the line. You must hold the line for me. Once I destroy the 5 Middle Eastern nations, everything will naturally come to an end. Wangbo, you have quite the repertoire of tricks.
You Fuso people always love to quote Huaxia's ancient sayings. Do you not understand what it means when we say, the water that carries the boat can also capsize it? You treat the people like slaves. The people turning against you is only natural.
Do you think that I have no countermoves? You are too naive. Fuso is in trouble, but the Western nation will never sit idly by. You think you can suppress Fuso? Can you really defeat the Western financial giants?
When all is said and done, you're still just a fox borrowing the tiger's might, acting like a dog under the protection of a master. Shen Changzhou, you aren't just acting like a dog for someone, you are acting like a dog for a dog. How truly pathetic.
The Western capital is providing massive aid to Fuso. The Fuso economy is recovering, and in the short term, it will likely be difficult to crush. Do you see? All of you are ultimately no match for me.
The film was translated and
Against Fuso,
narrated by
we have
M
absolute
Media.
confidence. No matter how many helpers he has, combined with the strength of the 5 Middle Eastern nations, we can wipe them out completely. It's just that the Wall Street financial giants of the West are too powerful and will likely be difficult to deal with. No matter how much you bluster, in the face of absolute power, it all rings hollow. Wangbo, you can curse me all you want. And so what? I remain a hero of the Shen family. As long as we win this battle, when the regime changes, the Shen family will still reach the top. Rest assured, Mr. Shen, with the Western nation's support, Fuso will not collapse. In 10 more minutes, the cruiser fleet will set sail for the Middle East and level those 5 nations to the ground.
10 minutes. That is too long.
Wangbo, it seems you are not entirely foolish. 10 minutes is indeed too long. If the fleet fires all its guns at once, it could destroy a whole continent in an instant.
What I meant was, 10 minutes to crush you all is too long.
Wangbo, you really are a master of empty threats. Even at this stage, you are still dreaming of destroying us?
From a moment ago until now, which of my words have I not fulfilled? On the contrary, you lot have traveled a long way to run about at the dragon banquet, jumping around, just to entertain everyone. That may be the only useful thing you do before you die.
Enough. Pointless bickering is meaningless. Let our strength do the talking. It seems the victory report has arrived, much faster than I had anticipated. Your Imperial Majesty, this is bad. The cruiser fleet has been ambushed by the Winterland Polar Fleet and completely wiped out. What? The envoy from Winterland has arrived. This war has nothing to do with your Winterland. Why would you muddy these waters? Have you not considered the consequences of fighting against the Allied fleet? By order of the President, Winterland hereby submits this state letter. From this point on, we fulfill our promise to form a defensive alliance with Huaxia. Advancing and retreating together, the cruiser fleet, sent by Fuso to the Middle East, has been entirely annihilated. The Winterland Polar Fleet is currently sailing toward the Huaxia coast to guard the coastal defenses. Mr. Wang, the Huaxia Navy does not need to take action. Winterland alone is capable of handling the invaders. Is Winterland not being a bit too confident? Even if you are a military power, you are by no means a match for the Allied fleet, defeated by us time and again. Has Fuso ever won a single battle against Winterland? Are you trying to use your Western nation to intimidate me again? It is a pity. In open sea warfare, we in Winterland cannot guarantee a victory. However, in coastal waters, our supplies and reinforcements are endless. Destroying you will be as easy as flipping our hands.
This is the price of aggression. You should have stayed home and developed in peace. But instead you insisted on invading the lands of others. It seems you in Fuso, when it comes to such things, still haven't learned your lesson.
Your Imperial Majesty, the coastal waters of Huaxia, the allied fleet, simply cannot break through. The artillery fire is far too intense. And they seem to be launching a counterattack. Hold the line. You will hold the line for me.
Dragon Hall 7 stars, hear my command.
At your service.
Although the Winterland has shown sincerity by saying Huaxia does not need to deploy troops, but when it comes to defeating the Fuso invaders, the Dragon Hall must also lend its strength to defend our nation, assemble the sea, land, and air forces, and launch a direct assault.
Understood.
Yuhang, concentrate the funds of the Dragon Hall to support the 5 Middle Eastern nations in crushing the Fuso economy, and while you are at it, deal with those financial oligarchs on Wall Street, once and for all. Those wolves in sheep's clothing, if they aren't hit hard, they will never settle down.
Understood.
Kaiyan, in the name of the Medicine King Valley, issue a mobilization order to all healers under heaven. Let them support the war effort on the front lines and simultaneously cut off Fuso and the Western nations medical resources. Let them have no cures for their illnesses, no treatments for their wounds, and no salvation for their crippled. Let's see how long they can hold out.
Medicine King Valley acknowledges the command.
Yao Guan, do what you must do.
Understood.
Liu Ziqiang, hear my command.
At your service.
Escort the people home. Ensure their safety at all costs.
Understood. Escort the people home.
Emperor of Fuso, you are already a lone man without support. Do you have any final words to say?
It is not over. It is far from over.
Are you still struggling?
Since I cannot win, then I will destroy this world.
This isn't good. It's the nuclear trigger.
Your Imperial Majesty, you cannot press it. Let's discuss this further. Let go of me. You cannot destroy the world. You cannot. You useless. How dare you lecture me? A world without my nation has no reason to exist.
It seems the president of the Western nation is truly senile to have handed the trigger to a madman like you.
You didn't expect this, did you? You cannot win. When I came here this time, I never intended to return. Either I succeed, or we perish together in mutual destruction.
The film was translated and
You and
narrated
Fuso
by M.
are as ever despicable land base and shameless.
Stop talking nonsense. I will give you one final choice. Surrender, or be torn limb from limb.
We in Huaxia, since ancient times, we have never surrendered. Never in the past, not in the present, and never in the future.
Huaxia, indeed, has no need to surrender. The power to destroy the world. Huaxia possesses it. The Winterland possesses it. Many nations possess it. If we truly come to blows, who wins and who loses remains to be seen. You are mistaken. If we truly come to blows, there will be no winner or loser. Only destruction. Humanity will end here. Wang Bo, can you bear the consequences? Mr. Wang, after careful consideration, I find what he says not entirely unreasonable. Should we reconsider this matter?
It is fine. Let him press it.
Mr. Wang, nuclear war is no trivial matter. It could truly destroy humanity. If it truly comes to that point, it will be beyond redemption. We currently hold the winning hand. Even with peace talks, we can secure enough benefits. It would be better to quit while we are ahead. Mr. Wang, the Winterland does not fear war, but we do not wish to face national extinction. At this moment, peace talks are indeed the best opportunity.
What about the rest of you?
The Dragon Hall and the Fuso invaders are mortal enemies. We do not fear nuclear war.
We are willing to fight to the last person.
Wang Bo, I trust you. Even if we are wiped out, at least at the final moment, we will be together.
It can be seen that we have no intention of holding peace talks. Huaxia has a saying that dates back to ancient times. If people do not offend me, I do not offend them. If people offend me, I will root them out completely. I leave you with 4 words. Evil must be completely eradicated.
Wang Bo, you are a madman. Even if you are the Master Hall of the Dragon Hall, you cannot drag the whole of Huaxia down to the grave with you. Wang Bo, you and I are essentially the same kind of person. Since you are bent on self-destruction, I will grant your wish.
No. I am not the same kind of person as you. You have no qualification to be mentioned in the same breath as me.
There is no point in talking further. Let us all die together. You cannot press it. If you don't let go, I will kill you. Please calm your anger. Peace talks. We still have a glimmer of hope. Otherwise, we are dead for sure. I do not want to die. Useless. In the face of the Empire's interests, go to die, all of you. What is going on? Allied Fleet Control Center. How is my nuclear missile controller? I am the special envoy from the Western nation to the Allied Fleet Command Center. I am notifying you now. The Western nation has revoked your control over the nuclear missiles, the Wall Street Consortium and the presidential palace. How can this be? How is this possible? A joint declaration, withdraw troops from Huaxia, and issue a formal state letter, willing to announce to the international community, to the Dragon Hall and the people of Huaxia, to offer an apology, and to restore friendly relations with Huaxia. I will offer the Imperial Majesty a piece of private advice. Withdraw your troops immediately, otherwise, the consequences will be unthinkable.
I made myself very clear just now. You have no qualification to be mentioned in the same breath as me. You in Fuso are always so fond of gambling with the nation's fate. As for me, I never fight a battle without preparation.
Fuso has lost. Fuso is willing to withdraw its troops. I beg, for the mercy of the Master Hall of the Dragon Hall.
So that's it. You admit your guilt.
I admit my guilt. I am willing to cede territory and pay reparations, if only the imperial family can be spared.
Since that is the case, you should end your own life.
Wangbo, do you really want to be this ruthless?
I have already shown you leniency. If you end your own life right now, I will only liquidate the Fuso imperial family. The rest of the populace will be spared. Otherwise, you know the consequences.
This.
You dare not. If you dare not, then I don't mind being the one to watch over it.
I am willing to admit my guilt and submit, and turn over a new leaf. I have already given you enough face, yet you insist on driving me to my death, and even want to annihilate the Fuso imperial family. We absolutely refuse.
You in Fuso have never truly repented from the beginning. All you think about is biding your time, waiting to stage a comeback one day. To me, a dead emperor is the only good Fuso retired emperor.
If that is how it is, then don't blame us for fighting until the bitter end. The Middle Eastern military is weak. Your only help is the nation of Winterland. The Fuso fleet is right off the coast of Huaxia. Even if we cannot win, we can still turn the coastal waters of Huaxia into a sea of deet. We can do that.
Within 5 minutes, that fleet of yours will be sunk off the coast of Huaxia.
Impossible. How could this be possible? Even if the Imperial fleet shows weakness, if we ram through, we can still break the blockade and reach the Huaxia coast. If we kill one Huaxia person, it's an even trade. If we kill 2 Huaxia people, it's a huge profit.
The film was
The Southeast Asian representative has arrived.
Narrated by M Media.
The Southeast Asian Alliance, responding to the Dragon Hall King's Ring signal, submits this letter of state to fight side by side with the Dragon Hall of Huaxia. A group of islanders are no match for the Empire. Although the islands are small countries, but they are independent and strong. They will never be vassals to anyone else. The Secretary of State of the Ocean Nation has arrived. The Ocean Nation has come in response to the King's Ring signal from the Dragon Hall. The Ocean Nation possesses a vast coastline. They are well versed in maritime trade and naval warfare. I believe they will become our greatest aid in Huaxia's resistance against the Fuso invaders. Secretary of State of the Ocean Nation, you all of the Ocean Nation are thousands of miles away from Huaxia. By the time you arrive at the Huaxia coast, you would have long been blown to ash. You're using Fuso's frog in a well mindset to underestimate the mobility of a modern army. Prepare to be conquered. The European Union representative has arrived. The European Union has dispatched 10,000 troops. They are sailing with a fleet toward Huaxia to fight alongside the Dragon Hall. Why are you getting involved in this mess? Why are you taking a stand for him? The representatives of the equatorial nations have arrived. The Crown Prince of Cloud Kingdom has arrived. The Secretary General of the International Alliance has arrived. The international fleet has assembled. We are ready to follow the orders of the Master Hall of the Dragon Hall. They are all actors. They are all liars. How could you possibly possess such strength?
This King's Ring contains the information of those treated by the past medical sages, medical practitioners, heal people and hearts, and heal the world. I can cut short their lives, and I can determine their deaths. This is the foundation of my authority to make everyone submit. Had you committed suicide to atone for your crimes earlier, one could have shown some leniency. But now, it is all too late. Nations of the world, hear my command. Surround the Fuso fleet. Open fire with all cannons. Blast them into dust.
Understood. No. Do not.
It's finished. Dragon Palace emissaries, clear the field.
Understood.
I don't know. I truly don't know. I didn't want this. I didn't want this either.
The retired Emperor of Fuso has acted against the natural order. Heaven will not tolerate this. Flay his skin and pull his tendons, and hang his head for 3 days. At the same time, tell Fuso, if they stay in line, they may be spared for now. If they still wish to engage in hostility, Huaxia will surely annihilate them. The major families of Yunjing have acted as accomplices to evil and brought disaster upon the world. I hand them over to the 7 stars of the Dragon Hall to investigate and punish. Deal with them accordingly. Luo Qian will regain control of the Luo family and succeed to the position of Martial Sage. From this day forward, she shall rule with me as the 2 sages, jointly governing the Dragon Hall.
Greetings, Martial Sage.
Greetings, Martial Sage.
Rise.
Today, with the members of the Dragon Hall present, and friends from all nations, all here together, at the Dragon Banquet, I ask you to bear witness. I Wangbo, I offer this king's ring as my token, and the kingdom as my betrothal gift. And the kingdom as my betrothal gift. To grow old together. With an unwavering commitment. Kion, will you marry me?
I agree.